All right, all right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the BearClaw Cast. And can't believe that we're saying this, but we are 2 days removed from the NFL draft. The NFL draft starts at 7 o'clock on Thursday.
Yeah, 7 o'clock Central, I believe.
Yeah, 7 o'clock on Thursday on Thursday, and it's in Pittsburgh. Now the thing that we're gonna have to get used to, compared to the last couple of years, is we aren't gonna be picking till about 10 o'clock.
I know it's weird. Like usually I watch until the Bears pick and then I kind of space out a little bit. But I mean, this year in a good way, you're really going to have to pay attention to the first 20 some odd picks to know who.
Exactly. It feels nice to finally have a coach and a team that can get us further. But at the same time, you're like, this would be a great draft to have a earlier pick, so we could possibly get a guy like I'm gonna throw a name out there. Ruben Bain would be a great addition.
Yeah, any of those early defenders. Like it's a very defense heavy class at the top. It seems like so. Would have been a good spot for us, but we're gonna have some guys fall to us. I'm pretty confident.
But I will admit this is the draft where it's a very deep defensive end class, so we could get I don't necessarily want to throw out a name that I would be happy with until our mock draft.
Yeah,
like there are some players out there that, like, if they're available at 25, I would rather take them to solidify a position of need, and then get an edge rusher at 57, because there's so many out there that could be a running mate for Montez Sweat, that I would be comfortable taking them at 57 if we took a different player at 25.
Yeah, and we've heard the Bears front office say best player available at 25. So
yeah, and that could mean any position. That doesn't mean that it's going to be on defense, even though I will admit I do hope it's on defense. But getting into the topics, because this isn't really a topic, it's just excitement to start off with that. But Dexter Lawrence was traded. It's Tuesday. He was traded Saturday.
Yeah, I think Saturday, Friday or Saturday.
I think it was Saturday. To be honest with you, this was more than I thought he would be traded for. It is just Dexter Lawrence for number 10, but that shakes up the draft, because in my personal opinion, I have two scenarios for the Giants now with 5 and 10. At 5, I believe that they will take Caleb Downs from Ohio State, and then at 10, one of my scenarios is Jordan Tyson from Arizona State, or my other scenario is they'd still take Caleb Downs at 5, but then they get an old teammate of his, Sonny Styles, at 10. Those would be my two predictions for what they do at 5 and 10. And if they get either of those combinations, they're going to be contenders in the first year of Jim Harbaugh. I mean, or John Harbaugh.
I didn't even catch it when you said it. So,
well, I guess I might have said it too fast. But either way, now that you have 2 first-round draft picks, and the fact that they're both at the top 10, if you choose the right people, you could be contenders right away. Mm-hmm. And with John Harbaugh, it's a lot easier to do that, because he hits on a lot of his draft picks.
And I think I don't know if you've seen the stat recently floating around. I think it's at least 7 or 8 straight years that a team drafting in the top 5 has made the playoffs in the next season. So, I mean, the
I did
popular,
not see that.
yeah,
No.
I mean, top 5 is Raiders, Jets, Cardinals, Giants, Titans. I definitely think the Giants have the best shot out of that group to go to the playoffs next year. And I think to your point, like I think it kind of makes sense for both sides. Like I don't know how much Dexter Lawrence by himself improves Cincinnati's defense, but
Uh-huh.
he's
Oh,
gonna
absolutely.
he's
It
gonna
is just one player.
yeah,
But I
but
mean,
he's gonna improve it more than any number 10 pick. Like no matter how good of a rookie you drafted, he's gonna improve it more.
absolutely.
But for the
Absolutely.
Giants end of it, like they're not a Dexter Lawrence away from winning a Super Bowl. So if you can recoup, get a young asset, get Lawrence's contract off the books, and potentially, like you mentioned, pair Jackson Dart with a weapon like Jordan Tyson or Mekhi Lemon or anyone in that receiver
Mhm.
class, and then also get a stalwart on your defense like Caleb Downs or like Sonny Styles, like I think that'd be a great move for them. But I know Giants fans are probably a little bit worried. They had 2 first-round picks in the top 10. I think it was 2022, and they kind of whiffed.
Yes, they took
Andrew
Kevon
Thomas,
Thibodeau and
is it Evan Neal?
Evan Neal.
Yeah.
Yes. And I will admit Thibodeau is better.
Yeah, Thibodeau's not a bad NFL player by any means,
No,
but
no, but there he might be one of those people that is traded during the draft. I will admit that.
yeah.
And you're probably only recouping a fourth would be my guess.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, me, you, and Michael all thought last week that Lawrence would only go for like a second at most, maybe like a late first. So
Yeah,
you never know
yeah.
what these guys are going to fetch.
I don't know, but I guess that's true. I forgot that we talked about that, Jack. But I mean, to be honest with you, I will admit I only thought that Dexter would be only going for like a second and maybe a fifth or something like that. But
Yeah.
like me, and it's important that I note his so contractually he's tied to the Bengals for the next 3 years because he had 2 years left on his deal with the Giants, and the Bengals signed him to a 1 year, $28 million extension, which I will admit is actually less than I thought he would get. I thought
Yeah.
he'd get 30 to 32. So Dexter Lawrence, I want to say, is in his is 30.
Yeah, maybe late 20s, maybe 30 on the dot. I can look it up real quick.
I'm looking it up. I got it. Okay. Yeah, age.
28.
He is 28. So he'll be 31.
So I mean, you're getting him for his prime.
And honestly, here's the thing. D linemen can play until they're in their mid 30s. There is a possibility that he gets another contract after this.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's with the Bengals. I don't know if it's with someone else. But hey, there's a possibility that he also might, come to the Bengals next year and ask for more money.
Yeah.
Because,
it all depends on who the Giants end up drafting, but this could definitely be a win-win for both teams.
Oh, I think it's absolutely a win-win for both of them. But so congratulations to Dexter Lawrence. Congratulations to Giants fans. You might be able to get 2 huge pieces for your defense, or a great weapon for Jackson Dart, and a good piece for your defense. Me personally, I do think that they'll go one defense and one offense, but there is a possibility that if Jordan no if
Jeremiah Love is there at 5. I could see them definitely considering it.
Yes, if Jeremiah Love is there at 5, I would definitely consider that. I don't know, but I mean, the thing about it is, I don't know if the at that point, after you get to when you're done with 5, if Jeremiah Love is your pick, would you go offense again or would you go defense?
I think you'd have to hope Caleb Downs drops or Sonny Styles drop. I think you'd go defense. I don't think you can go offense again if you draft Love first. But we'll see what they do when we do our little mock. Like we'll see.
Yeah, because we will
project
show that in like a little bit. But going into the actual Bears parts of this, so Darnell Wright had his 5th-year option picked up yesterday, which was a no-brainer, and I am really happy that he is going to be the right tackle of the future for the next, hopefully 10 years. So, and Ryan Poles did say that they are working on his extension right now, or trying to get it done. I would say, hopefully we get that figured out by midsummer, early to midsummer during training camp. But I want to do some contract projections for it, and honestly, I will admit this: I am not a contract numbers guy per se, so I did ask AI what the projection would be. I didn't do this off the top of my head. I have to pull up the projection. Hang on one second. I asked them. I asked it what a projection would be, and it says that the projected value could be between 116 and 125, with the contract length being 4 years, which average annual value would be $29 to $31 million per year, and total guarantees could be $85 to $95 million. I mean, it also says that there is the verdict says expect a deal that makes him the first $30 million right tackle in the NFL. If he continues his current trajectory, a 4-year, $120 million extension with roughly $90 million in total guarantees is the most logical landing spot. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it, but like at the same time, I'm like, how do you come up with those numbers? Like, it's just.
I mean, yeah, he's our franchise right tackle though, so I think
That's true.
You have to pay him. You have to make him happy. Like if we lose him after, like you never know how Ozzy's going to come back on the left side.
Yeah,
we have been decimated at tackle for the last 6 years as a team.
And the current highest paid right tackle is Tristan Wirfs. And whenever there's a new, where there's a right tackle or any offensive lineman that has been, at the position for so long and played at a all-pro level, he's always asking to be the next,
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean they are the best at the position, but you're right. Like any all-pro,
and I mean, really,
they're always going to reset the market because the cap changes every year. A little more money frees up, and that's just how it goes. Guys want to be the highest paid.
And really, I mean, when you look at it, Tristan Wirfs is paid 28.1. To go from 28.1 to 30 million, almost 1,000. I wish that was the case. But 30 million, that's not that big of a jump up. Like, like I don't. I'd be more concerned if Darnell Wright went to the Bears and said, hey, Tristan Wirfs is getting paid 28.1, pay me 35, or something like that.
When you get into the kind of numbers that receivers are making right now, like maybe hold off on those gaudy numbers a little bit, even if tackle is probably the most position in football.
I mean, for example, Tyler Linderbaum literally got paid $27 million for the rate. No.
Yeah, and
Yes, I'm sorry.
Tackle is infinitely more valuable than center.
And also, now this doesn't necessarily pertain to Darnell Wright, but Trent Williams just signed a 2-year, $50 million extension with the 49ers yesterday, I want to say. And for a guy his age, that's a lot of money. And
if we can get Wright for only $5 million more per year, I'm totally down with that.
that's a good price tag for me. So
Yeah.
I mean, I would totally be behind giving him 30 million. I mean, you look at how much improved the offensive line was last year after bringing in Tooney, Dahlman, and Jonah Jackson, and you and the offensive line will take a little bit of a step back. I will admit that, because Dahlman retired and we traded for Garrett Bradbury, but I can't rule out a center in somewhere in this draft. I mean,
Yeah, a young center definitely makes sense just to have as an insurance policy.
I would like, if I had to circle a pick to do it, it would be 89 or 129 would
Yeah,
be my
I think I lean more towards 129, but definitely just it depends on who's available.
Yeah, right. But actually, why don't we
Fittingly enough,
fittingly enough, this is our last topic today. You guys might be able to just sit down and enjoy this one, pretty quick, because with it being almost draft day, there's not a lot to talk about.
if you haven't watched already, go back and watch the video. Grant and Michael did a full extensive video on all the Bears trading possibilities and their first round pick and stuff. So there's tons of mock drafts to watch there if you want.
Yes. That one was the first off-season video, and we thought for fun would be a good idea to explore all of the possibilities, trading up, trading down, and
staying put.
I will link that one in this, so if you guys want to check that out, I will link it. But let me pull up PFF here. And I'm also going to come out and say this. There is a possibility that this one could actually be the most accurate for what actually happens on draft night, because I don't know what it is, but when you get to like the week of draft day,
insiders just start getting a little bit more certain of where teams are going, and that starts getting filtered into this mock system. So
yeah, so I think it's totally possible. And I have to share my screen before I start this, because I totally forgot to do that. Okay. All right. Okay, now you can see this. Okay, let's start. I'm literally gonna actually go over like what happens and see how this goes. Okay, so I mean, I could see the Browns doing that at the same time, but at the same time, like, I mean, oh well, Jordan Tyson was taken before. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, well, that actually might be a good pick for Dallas, because that could be your
Micah Parsons
replacement. I will admit, I am very glad that the Lions took Kendrick Folk. I do not like him as a option for the Bears. I will let me I'll call him back. The Jets taking inner line is a good idea for sure. Carnell Tate to the Ravens, that might be dangerous. Feynman to that kind of stinks. Wow, you're telling me the Giants pass on? Wow, okay, that's a little surprising there.
Wow, Jeremiah Love it too. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I if I'm being honest, I think what happens is it's either going to be wait a minute.
So who the Giants get? Arvell Reese and who else at 10?
Arvell Reese and
Spencer Fanu.
Now let me say this. So my prediction is Fernando Mendoza will go 1. It's going to be a combination of David Bailey or
Arvell.
Arvell Reese at 2 and 3.
And I think it'll go. I think it goes Arvell at 2. I think the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals try and trade back if possible.
With who?
That's the problem.
Yeah, we don't know. Do you want to look at trades here, or do you want to?
I really don't think we're going to move this pick.
Okay, we'll look at day 2 for move.
Yeah.
How about that? Okay. Oh, wrong. I did not. Okay. Here's my thing. This is the guy I have circled. I have like this. If he's available, I would like to solidify the safety room.
I don't hate that at all. I haven't heard. I can't say I know anything about him, but I know Quinyon Mitchell went to Toledo, and he's a damn good defensive back. So,
and honestly, the thing is, I actually like the value for edges in this class more in round 2 and round 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, I think that's, and you've been doing a lot more mocks than I have, so I fully trust you on that. I like the pick. Gets rid of that need at safety. Now we got Kobe Bryant and him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so I'm just looking at who we could. Oh, this. I do think corner is an a underrated need that we have. I will.
I agree. I don't think we have much depth there at all.
But here's the thing. I'm gonna I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
So okay. All right. So here we go. Hopefully I won't have any more interruptions. My what do you do here? Oh, oops. What do you think we do here?
I mean, I think we're probably between edge. I mean, depending on what's there, interior line, you could definitely look at that as well.
Now, so here's, I can't believe I'm saying this. Like, for me, my 2 edges that I look at in the second round are between Derek Moore or Dennis Sutton.
And we could always look, because what pick do we have? We're
57 and 60.
Yeah. So we could always look to trade back a little bit on 57, because I know you mentioned wanting to.
Well, who's the team that wants to trade with us? Ooh, 68? I mean, yes.
Maybe we do this one no trades and just like if we stick it out like this.
Yeah, we'll stick it out, but I do think that there will be trades yeah,
it's just
on draft night, but I just don't know where those trades will be.
Who else is near the top of the big board besides Price? Because I don't think we're going to draft a running back. I don't think we draft Brazil.
I mean, if anything, I think we draft Skylar Bell
what about Stukes? What about that corner from Arizona?
So here's the thing about him. He is more of a hybrid corner safety.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's not that I don't dislike it. I if we went with EMW on day 1 and then this was our first pick at day 2, I just don't know how you could justify technically taking 2 safeties back to back. That's my question. I mean, oh man.
I mean, good tackle. Could go the tackle from Northwestern as well.
He is big.
We do need a tackle, and we know Poles loves his big tackles.
You know what? I think that's actually a good pick.
Because someone's got to play left tackle until Ozzie comes back.
If he comes back. Oh, yeah. The 49ers took
Dennis Sutton.
Dennis Sutton. But I mean, it's not. I mean, I still like Derek Moore, so that's not too bad. I mean, I'll look to see what these are if they're like. See, I can't trade with the Seahawks because I'd want to take, two of these and that wouldn't be fair. So, and the next is the Texans. So I don't think we'd have the ability to wait until then. We may get a lower grade because of we're picking this guy early, but I don't think that's too early.
No, not at all. I mean, his ADP is 68. It's within 5 picks.
So, and you get another Wolverine in the building. That's kind of cool. Okay, so this
isn't a bad spot to take a center. You're right.
There's two good centers here. Personally, I do like both of them, but I gotta say it. Jake's. I mean, he's literally got the name Slaughter. That is a badass name for a center. I mean, I shouldn't be taking this fully on name, but like Lou is recovering from an ACL tear or some injury, and Slaughter, I want to say he,
and he's graded out well every single year he's played.
And I mean, I've taken him in a lot of my mocks, so I do like him, and I think, and if he's available at 89, I think that would be a very, smart move.
Makes sense.
So I'm gonna just do it. Now what do we do here?
I think we look at corner or wide receiver or defensive line depth still.
Okay. I'm gonna look at wide receiver first. I mean,
the only name I know is Jacoby Lane, but
Jacoby Lane did. I want to say his first year was with Caleb, and when you're in the 4th round, you take people that your players like or that your coaches like. It's not necessarily about positions of need. Like, for example, when CJ Stroud was drafted, he went up to the Texans front office and said, "Hey, get me Tank Dell," and they got him Tank Dell in the 3rd round, I think.
Second or third, I think.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, yes, his one season with Caleb was only
his freshman year though too.
Only 7 receptions for 93 yards, but 2 touchdowns for your 1 year with Caleb. That's pretty good. I mean, it's not great, but it's not, and he doesn't really drop the ball. 4 drops. That's not bad. I don't know what his blocking is like at all because he, it doesn't say, but I'd be comfortable with this.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do that, and I think we might focus on the defense.
The last 2 picks.
Because it doesn't really matter at this point. There is one guy that I want to look for. Me and Michael have taken him a lot. I really like this guy, and when your average draft position is 225 or 226, and you can get him at 239, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's another D lineman pick, and we need more of those. So
exactly, I was going to say I think we just need to look at D line depth or corner depth. So I think that's a perfect pick.
Okay, and then I can look at corner here. let's go do that. Now I will admit, at this point, when we got to this point, I have never taken a corner, so like I'm looking at a position that I don't even know if anyone is good. I'm gonna check out some guys just because I don't know what I'm looking at. I mean, this guy is okay, not giving up a lot of touchdowns. I mean, his worst year, I will say that. In terms of grading.
Yeah, I mean, we could also take someone you're more familiar with because that makes more sense than just drafting a random.
Yeah, that's true. The thing is, well, I mean, we do need a third tight end, and that would be funny getting
Yeah.
what's his name? Colston Loveland's backup.
Uh-huh.
I mean, and he'd mostly be in for blocking.
Blocking, yeah.
So I don't, and
Just
honestly,
a great run block grade.
oh well, look at that.
He's a blocking tight end. Perfect.
Well, okay. Well, then let's do that. Now, I don't know what our grade's going to be because this is the one where we stayed put the whole time, and I traded back, a couple times each time, so I want to see how this goes. So we got an A for McNeil Warren, which I really like. A C, but the thing is, players are going to get drafted before their actual, ranking. So, I mean, yes, PFF might say that this is a C, but the Bears might have like a B or a B plus grade on him. So you can never, judge it on what the thing says. So, I mean, I like these two picks, and still getting a B plus, taking him at 60 is nice. We took him one pick before, we took Slaughter one pick before his actual ranking, which is really nice. See this one, I've taken Jacoby Lane once or twice in a mock draft, and I've always taken him at that spot at 129. Getting a C for a guy that's ranked 136, taking him 7 spots before, I think you at least should give me a B minus for that. I don't think that's that bad.
No.
I mean, overall, a B plus for a one last mock draft, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, if we come away with okay, the important picks in this mock are definitely probably the first 4.
Yeah.
And there's a possibility that our first 3 are defense, because I do think that this will be a Dennis Allen focused draft, because last year we focused on Ben Johnson. Now that we have most of our, offense figured out, I do think that it is time to focus on defense. But it's all about how the board falls, and the Bears are the team that does stick to the board, so that's really good. I'm gonna stop sharing here, but I really like that draft. I think that's a respectable draft.
I'd be happy if we walked away if we were talking about it on Tuesday and we had a draft similar to that. I'd be happy with it.
Yeah, me too. And honestly, all I want to come away with this weekend is just like, maybe 1 or 2 solidified positions, hopefully that being safety and edge rusher, and then competition for other positions, whether that be safety or not say whether that be tackle, wide receiver, corner. Just get players that fit your system and fit your liking and all that stuff. And I mean, trust me, the Bears fans should trust Ben Johnson and Ryan Poles much more than they trusted Matt Eberflus and Ryan Poles. I mean, in my personal opinion, even though he might not have the title of it, I do think that Ben Johnson has more of a say than people think.
Yeah.
So, enjoy the draft, everybody. It's going to be a great weekend. I mean, I always love this weekend. This is always, when it comes to the off season, this is the weekend I look forward to, because and it finally is helpful that we have a quality head coach that literally does develop his players. And I can't wait to see what's in store for the Bears. And it's gonna stink that we have to wait until about 10 o'clock. But at the same time, that's the price of being good. And we haven't been good for a while. So enjoy the weekend, everybody, and we will talk to you on Monday or Tuesday to recap all of this weekend, and it's going to be a fun one. Have a good week, everybody.
See you guys.